Yo, what's up? Gaijin's favorite game of letting the player base wait for the map picking keeps on going, because there's still no map picking update today, but instead we got quite the big entry of weapon rebalancings. The new Paratrooper Boxes got released, and some more, so let's dive in. First of all, the Fedorov MG got improved. For those wondering what is the Fedorov MG, it's one of the best, possibly the best premium squad in the game. It's this one, with the best auto rifle in the game. And it's even BR4 instead of BR5. This would be still the best rifle on BR5. So yep, this is the obligatory Soviet bias for this update. And with that out of the way, the actual update starts with the Johnson LMG, one of the most useless weapons in the game, with horrible stats and horrible sights, placed on BR4. Well, that one got its sights a bit improved, though I tested it before this recording. It doesn't matter, it's still a horrible machine gun. The Brownings are still infinitely better. Then the Germans got a bunch of significant rebalancing. The MP28 and the Beretta 38 got improved. Now, what does that mean? First of all, for the MP28, it doesn't mean much. Now you have a much better starter SMG, yep, that's good. Though the Beretta is still straight up better than the MP28. It's just a faster firing, more precise version. Easier to control, so yeah, like this doesn't change much. But what significantly changed is the fact that the recently downranked Beretta 42 got a significant buff. It's now a straight up better SMG than the MP40, which was previously the overall king of German low BI SMGs. Now this Beretta comes with a bigger magazine size, a better fire rate, basically the same damage, and just overall better performance. So a weapon that got downranked and buffed again for BR2, that doesn't make much sense, because why not buff the others? Now here's a big problem with this type of game design philosophy. People who play World War II games, most of them want to play iconic weapons. It's very cool and nice to have so many different weapons, because, well, it's obviously essential for historical accuracy to have as many weapons depicted as possible that were used, but it's not intelligent game design if the most iconic German SMG is not the best, because then people simply do not like it that they are forced to play something else. Yeah, this is just straight up a beginner mistake in terms of game design. Same thing goes for Americans. People want to play the Garand, and this is a significant reason to keep the Garand the best BR3, like the best weapon in its BR. To keep it the best at BR3, logically speaking, you could just buff it to make it also clearly better than the Johnson, so people don't feel forced to play the Johnson. Yeah, so something like this should always be kept in mind, and this just went completely against this basic game design philosophy. You have this random Beretta that people don't really feel associated with and don't feel too much immersion playing. Being over the MP40, yeah, that's not good. Simply not good. What should be done is just increase the damage of the MP40 a bit further, and then everything is fine. It already has a perfect weapon handling. The weapon handling is absolutely, like, it basically has zero recoil. If you control it a little bit, it's great, but you cannot improve any other things. You cannot improve muzzle velocity, you cannot improve magazine size, stuff like that for real life considerations, but the damage can be improved. So, yep, this is the way to go, Gaijin. Fucking buff the MP40, and this will make the game better and people happy. Then the FG42s got modified, and this is why I decided to make a post in the forum and in Reddit, because this is actually a problem. The FG42s got a bit damage improvement, yeah, which is actually good, since now they reliably kill people with one shot, even if they have vitality. Theoretically, even if they have body armor. The problem is with that, this smells like Gaijin wants to keep the Soviet body armor. Yeah, this is what it smells like. Gaijin wants to keep the Soviet body armor in the game. If now all of a sudden the most important German weapon in the high BR gets a very suspiciously perfect buff for that. And then the other changes the fire rate got improved. The first FG42, well, didn't get improved, it got increased, which is a difference. The first FG42 got its fire rate increased to 900. Now, some people thought this is a buff, which is clearly not the case. I'm going to explain the difference. If you look at the first FG42, I'm going to obviously show you the optimally upgraded weapons. It has basically 1000 fire rate, whereas the second one has 830. Now, which one is better? Well, look at the magazine size. You don't want an extreme fire rate with only 20 bullets. This is, especially since the more fire rate, the worse the recoil gets. So, yep, this is not good. The only advantage of a fire rate of around 1000 is that you can one tap your mouse, and then you get a burst. So you basically have free burst function in your weapon. Yeah, but still, like this fire rate increase didn't come with a recoil control or increase or recoil reduction. It just increased the fire rate, which made the weapon overall worse. Now, here's the problem with that. In real life, the FG42s came in two distinct versions. The first, like the early version, then the late version. And the early version had a fire rate, depending where it was built, of 900 to 1200. The second version had a fire rate of 600 to 800. Why? Because obviously German soldiers and engineers noted that 20 bullets with such a high fire rate is stupid and bad. Also, the weapons break apart much faster, and this weapon was so expensive and complicated, you didn't want it to break apart. Yeah, you didn't want it to get issues. They were just way too expensive and too slowly to produce. So the reduced fire rate was a feature. And the biggest problem for Enlisted is that this is literally this was not historically accurate. It should never go above 100 for the second version. And if these weapons were to be actually buffed, they would need both. Like this one is fine. You can give it 1000. Yeah, you can give it 1000 or 1100 even, which would be a nerf, but still. But may reduce this one to 750 maxed out. And give both weapons a bit of vertical, reduce the recoil of both weapons. Horizontal can stay, but the vertical needs to be reduced, and then it would be actually good. Also, it would be, it's good to make them different, which is also historically accurate, which is also cool because then you can pick which ones you want, and you can split them or you can dual wield them, so you always have one weapon for the perfect situation. This is obviously better long range. This is better short range. Short range you want as much speed as a fire rate as possible. Long range you want as much precision as possible and lower fire rate. But people need to understand that this is not a... the fire rate increase is not a buff, it's a nerf. This is what the comments got wrong very, very much over the whole time. It's simply not the case. Yeah, it's simply not the case. Don't let Gaijin fool you. This is not an improvement. It's simply not. Alright, then the bicycles, everyone's for the 2-3 players in the world who play bicycles Enlisted, the riders got down to be a 3, got down tier to be a 1. Yep, people have been saying that. I've also been saying that since last year. Since there are no APCs in BR1, and meaning APCs are dominating BR2 upwards, whenever you have APCs, you will never play bikes. Bikes are completely useless in Enlisted. Especially since they cost the same amount of tickets as an APC, they're completely badly bugged. Still they're bugged when you drive over many surfaces, and they're simply not worth it. And you most often just harm your own team if you spawn such a small, useless squad. But at least now they're playable in BR1. This is exactly the environment where they belong. Such a weak squad is actually playable in BR1. It's the only highly mobile squad. So yeah, this makes sense. And interesting, shooting is an integral part of the game, but we haven't forgotten about melee enthusiasts. In this update we have halved the cooldown of the melee charge. So you can now show the power of cold steel to your enemies more often. Oh! What does cooldown of melee charge mean? Well, when you charged and you got bugged half of the time, which Gaijin claimed isn't in the game. Yep. Finally, Gaijin fucking reduce the melee. Okay, I'm gonna show you basically, because this is simply... Since Gaijin is hopefully watching, which would be better for their game, I'm gonna show you the melee bug now. We have our soldier. He's charging. Alright. Alright. You see, every time I stop... Wait, look how long it takes to charge. It doesn't take as long anymore. Before, in the past, it took much longer. And for some reason, I don't even get the charge bug. Because, yep, the charge bug seems to have disappeared. Oh, now I got him. Now I got him. Now I have him again. Oh no, wait. No, it's my stamina that disappeared. Alright. 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 Okay, looks like the charge bug may have been solved, because it didn't happen a single time here. I didn't see the charge bug a single time. Let's get up to full stamina. Charge works. Charge works. Charge works. Charge. Yep, the charge bug seem to have been fixed. Yeah, very good. This has been absolutely needed. This is one of the most needed fixes in the game. Since it's just one of the most annoying fucking fixes and bugs in the game, that the charge constantly aborted itself. So yeah, this is very good. Also, the warding obviously tries to maneuver around the fact acknowledging the charge bug itself, and it's not even saying that the charge bug got fixed directly. So yeah, I guess Gaijin tries to be secretive as usual. But yeah, like the charge bug is removed now. It literally might have been an interference effect of the parameters that was just that you couldn't charge again so quickly. Maybe the bug solved itself automatically simply by halving the cooldown. So yeah, very good, absolutely needed. Someone posted yesterday why I didn't rant about the charge bug in my video. You see, I might have played a spell on Gaijin. I cast a spell on Gaijin excellently. I didn't complain about the bug for once in a video, and it instantly got solved. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do in the future, I guess. Then, experience got adjusted. Now your squads, allegedly all of them in the game, don't have insane experience requirements like 20,000 or so for the first level, which was sometimes the case. Now it's perfectly proportional to the placing of the placement of the squad in the tech tree. So the lower the squad, the fewer experience you need, and the higher the squad or the weapon for the squad, the more experience you need. And it's linear. Yeah, it doesn't jump out. It doesn't jump up suddenly from like 2,000 to 20,000. So, okay, I tested it myself with one squad I'm grinding, the Japanese snipers, and guess what? I even had the ability to click here, because the experience I had from before was enough to get a level. So, yep, I got the first level. Now, keep in mind the Japanese are... Like, this system isn't perfect, because look at this. This is literally... just a BR2 gun, and this BR2 squad requires 7,000 experience for the first level. So it's still not too good. Yeah, it's still a lot, but at least it solves some issues. At least it's a bit better than before. But yeah, this needs another fine-tuning, because the Japan just has... Yeah, the jumps in the experience need for Japan is just not good enough. But yeah, alright, that's fine. Then you can complain about, well, you can report players more precisely now about someone calling you a bad word, according to Twitter. No, according to Reddit. Twitter isn't as bad as in the past, but now Reddit is king of cringe again. Then abuse, though what the fuck is abuse? This needs to be defined. Like, explain the word abuse. Abuse can be anything, especially in context of enlisted mods. Yeah, so then use of cheating, yep, that is clear. Team killing is clear. What is passive behavior? It could be, well, not playing properly. Yeah, but this is also very unclear. Also, since we're talking about Enlisted, you can expect lots of passive-aggressive behavior. So, yeah, but this also should be more precise. Chat spamming. Now, is it insulting or is it just spamming a lot of stuff? I wouldn't be surprised if Gaijin gets dozens of reports every day about randoms complaining about teammates asking for rally points or asking for coordinates. Yeah, so this should be more precisely defined. Keep in mind, if this communication is optimized with precise descriptions, the amount of spam reports will decrease. If you hover over this and a chat info box comes out and tells you a chat spamming is just spamming links or spamming non-game related stuff. And then also, to make it idiot proof, say don't report people spamming game relevant information like coordinate requests and so on. This is how you organize this fucking thing, because like the big problem for games is that people spam reports and then they have to be sorted and this costs a lot of money. Yeah, you solve this by explaining things. Like the communication listed still is very bad and primitive. But yeah, okay. Then you can now sell your parachutes and knives and stuff like that. This is good because look at this. Obviously, as a Japanese emperor, you don't need knives. I think you were able to sell them already in the past because I remember selling all of them for the Japanese. You can also apparently sell parachutes. Can you sell radios? Like all of these random trinkets. All of these random trinkets could be... Yep, you can sell... Yeah, you can sell radios for basically nothing, but still... You can even sell bayonets, yeah. Well, here's the thing, you know what you can't sell? Beginner rifles. This is the problem. This is what people actually want to sell. Especially for old players who played before the merge, you will have literally infinite of these. If you played all the German campaigns before the merge, you will literally have 1000 of them lying around. So, yep, this is something that needs to be sellable too, Gaijin. It literally doesn't change the economy of the game, but it removes annoyance from players. Just make players happy, especially if it's literally for free for you. Alright, then we got, well, a little bit improvement regarding tank camos, basically bug fixing, alright. Then a new mission, the beautiful Myansara map received the destruction mode. Okay, I can't wait to play it. Ironically enough, whenever we got Americans in the past, we basically never got Myansara. We always get the other boring, annoying, old Japanese maps, but we never get the one cool Japanese map. So yeah, this needs to be more common in the map rotation. Also, the map system got removed. Now it's as bad as before. The 1 week of trial where you could play all maps on all BRs. Now yeah, like, come on, Gaijin, fucking bring it back and fucking bring map picking finally to the game. Yeah, and now the biggest of them all, the supply box changes for every nation. These are the supply boxes. I made a specific video about them, so I don't have to repeat everything. I'm gonna link it down below where you can see the discussion about these boxes, because some things they're like very intricate details. And it takes like 15 minutes to talk about all of them. But I'm going to give you the short summary. There are two problems with them. First of all, the German one, keep in mind this is a Paratrooper box. For paratroopers that are taking sniper rifles from the Paratrooper box. Now guess what sniper rifle that was historically used for snipers, for paratroopers, is not in the box. Exactly, the sniper FG42, the Fallschirmjägergewehr. A Fallschirmjäger is a paratrooper, or literally parachute hunter. Well, a hunter using parachutes. Jäger is the old word for high quality infantry, for special units. Yeah, and obviously with parachutes in that case. So, yep, why do they get STGs-44? Why don't they get the obvious choice of FG42 snipers? Like, what? Like, I heard the answer, which is a cope answer. oh, it's so the sniper FG42 doesn't cannibalize the ammunition of the normal FG42 that some of the snipers are using. Well, here's the problem. It still doesn't solve the problem. It still has the issue of a complete flavor and historically accuracy fail. Also, Sniper MKB would be much stronger than Sniper SDG. But Gaijin doesn't play the game, so they don't understand it. Here's the easy solution. Give the two snipers, because there's only two sniper weapons coming out of the box, give them plus 40 additional ammunition. And tada, problem solved. Yep, so it's literally 1 minute of coding again to solve everything and to make everything historically accurate and fine. Because look at this. This issue with the Paratrooper boxes is already 2 years old. Paratroopers are already since 2 years in the game, and the problem still wasn't, like, this is the first time the Paratrooper boxes got significant reworks. It took 2 years for that. And guess how long it will take again. Like, if I'm making these videos, I'm not doing them for the fun of ranting. I'm doing them because I know that it will take fucking years to actually do improvements again. So why not make it right now? Because this nonsense will stay in the game for more years, I can guarantee. Like, this needs to be fucking done properly. Also, you know the attitude. If Gaijin does something, they're proud of themselves and think they're entitled to sit on their asses again for the next years until they address this Paratrooper situation again. So yeah, this is just stupid. Fucking change it. And then there's the issue of the Japanese one. The Japanese get a sniper rifle, a BR1 sniper, or BR2 allegedly, but it's as bad as it's a BR1 sniper rifle from the power level. Very bad, very slow firing rifle for all BRs. The Japanese are literally getting a butt-fuck bad sniper rifle for all BRs. Are you kidding me? Like look at this. This rifle is absolutely fucking bad. It has a fire rate of 52. Like, this is ridiculously bad. This is maximum bad. This weapon is just, and here's, yeah, and by the way, I notice a problem. Since many people yapping on the internet about Enlisted, most of the people yapping have trouble thinking because they can't even think one step ahead. Because these people now would say, oh, but there are no other sniper rifles, so you have to accept this. No, dude, fucking get your head out of your ass. Or some other dude's ass. As has to be expected from in that context. And look at the Japanese were famous for having scoped machine guns. This is literally one of the most famous aspects about Japanese guns in World War II. And guess what? They have a scoped machine gun, which is much better than this fucking bad sniper rifle. So the obvious solution for Gaijin is to give the Japanese the scoped machine gun instead of the bolt-action rifle. Yes, why the fuck did no one at Gaijin think about that? This would be in every situation much better than this nonsense. Like, come on, this is so fucking bad. Like, this is literally ridiculous. This is just way too bad. This is, come on. Like the Japanese are already the weakest nation by far. I was surprised myself how weak they are after doing the nation power ranking and like optimal weapon setups and army setups for every nation like 1 month ago. I thought the Japanese were at least medium together with the Americans. No, they're straight up the worst. Absolutely clearly. In almost every BR, they're straight up the worst nation. And this makes them even weaker. So, yeah, this is just not good. This is completely bad for balance. And about these we don't need to talk, but yeah, like this needs to, like, historical nonsense and game balance nonsense with these Paratrooper boxes needs to be solved. And now very quickly for the end about the new Battle Pass. Well, the Winchester shotgun is actually good. It's not great, it's not too strong, but it's possibly the only shotgun that's playable thanks to having actually useful sights and functioning like a fast-firing semi-auto rifle with very high short-range damage. Yeah, this weapon is now officially a very fun addition to the BR2 territory, or BR2 armies for Americans. And it's obviously perfect if you dual wield it with a rifle on your rifleman, or if you give it to an engineer for extra flavor. But having a rifleman, having a rifle for long range and this one for short range is perfect. Yeah, this is quite good. And then the P40E is actually great. It's the best BR2 plane. If you watched my yesterday's stream, or if you're gonna watch my stream today, you will see that I'm literally playing a BR2 fighter plane in BR4 Soviets. It's that fucking good. And this one in the Battle Pass comes with a very cool skin. A very cool silvery skin. Not as ugly as the green skin that Soviets usually have. So yeah, that's great. And yeah, this is like steel, gray, blue, very nice. Then you get something useless. You get a camo for the Shiri, which is a useless tank. It's very weak. It's 1 BR too high. Maybe 2 BRs even too high. If it's BR5, it's 2 BRs too high. It's a BR3 powered tank. And it's in the same squad as the Hori, so it literally cannibalizing the slots with the best tank the Japanese have. Yeah, this is maybe you can play both if you split them up on different tanks slots. I don't even know, because this tank is so bad I didn't bother. I wouldn't even play it as a secondary tank. Oh, it's an additional tank in the lineup. And then you get 2 Gold Order or event soldiers. First you get a Soviet guerrilla, which is, yeah, I guess historically accurate. Though partisans, yeah, if you want cool partisans, the Soviet partisan premium squad is actually quite useful. But more importantly, you get a German radio man, and this is actually cool because you need radio man. And you can perfectly fit him into every squad. He's already the maximum power level of Radio Operator 2. So it is actually quite useful. Alright, that's it. Let me know what you think, and whether you agree or disagree with these changes, and what you would improve, what you would add to them, since there's definitely a strong need for improvement for this mini update. And of course, like this video and share it with everyone you know. And if you're new, subscribe to not miss out on other cool Enlisted stuff, especially today's live stream at 9 PM Central European Time. It's already scheduled under the live tab, and you can talk with me in the chat, you can ask questions, I'm gonna answer, and of course you can join me playing, either playing with me or against me, by Q-sniping me, so don't miss out on that, and enjoy the spectacle of me suffering playing BR4 Germans and Soviets against BR5 enemies. Alright, goodbye, and see you later today.